how to use your competitor's USP against them. Now, if you're not too sure what USP means, it's basically a unique kind of selling position or preposition or whatever it is, but what it is, it's basically what makes you unique from everybody else. You know, if you are in a market that's providing the same service, for example, if you have a look at the pizza market, you know, there are tons of pizza shops all over the place and they're all competing with the same customers, and again, they're making the same product, so there isn't really much of a difference between them all. You can go and get good pizza probably in most of them, but many years back, Domino's wanted to be separate from everybody else, so they wanted to come up with a kind of unique selling position. So what they did was they said they would deliver your pizza in 30 minutes or less, or you could have it for free. Now, this was never ever done before, and because of that, people were probably trying to test out to see if they could actually get the pizza for free. So I assume the orders went through the roof at the Domino stores because of that, and that USP separated them from everybody else. Everyone knew that if they wanted a pizza and they wanted it in a half an hour or less, Domino's was the people to ring. So how can you use your competitor's USP against them? Well, I was reading recently in Jim Edwards' great book, Copywriting Secrets, and he was talking about one time he was at a marketing seminar and he met up with a marketing genius called Marlon Sanders. Now, if you don't know who Marlon Sanders is, again, he's one of the probably the godfathers, or one of the kind of pilgrims, or one of the first people who were in the internet marketing game. But again, do a Google search on him, you'll find probably a lot of content of him. But him and Marlon Sanders were talking at a seminar and they were just about to return back to their seats, and whenever it came up in conversation, Jim said he remembers the conversation so well he could actually remember that Marlon was drinking a cup of tea at the time and the exact brand, because a little string was hanging outside the cup, because he said this moment made such a big difference in his life. Now, Marlon had said that Jim at the time should use his competitor's unique selling position as a bonus with his own product. Now, at the time, Jim Edwards was into real estate. He was helping people who were trying to sell their own house themselves. He had an ebook out at the time, or a training course, that was going to show how any homeowner could sell their own house rather than relying on a estate agent and, you know, not having to share those commissions with those people. And again, it was probably a busy market. You know, there's probably a lot of people he was competing against, but one of his competitors was offering one of those mortgage calculators. So you probably would have signed up to their list, or maybe even had to purchase the mortgage calculator, and then that person would send it on to you. So these are one of these probably calculators, you put in your figures or whatever, and then they can tell you how much it's going to cost a month or whatever. So this was one of Jim Edwards' competitors. So what Jim did, because he wanted to use his competitor's USP against him, when he was selling his book, he added an additional bonus to his ebook, which was a free mortgage calculator. Now, I'm sure if you were faced with 2 sales letters and you were interested in maybe selling your own property or looking for a mortgage or whatever, if you had a chance to get a calculator on one side, or you had a chance to get a calculator as a bonus along with a great report that would show you how to sell your home, I'm sure you wouldn't even think twice of going straight for Jim's product and buying it, because he was giving the person's unique selling position as a free bonus with his product. So give that some thought today. If you are maybe competing with somebody in the marketplace and they have maybe a strong USP that you're just having, you know, trouble competing with, is there some way maybe that you can use it as a bonus with your own product? So for example, maybe if you are someone who is, you know, in the low content book market, whether that's maybe selling colouring books, if you find maybe that you're having problems or your competitor is very hard to compete with because they have a strong, unique selling position, try and find out what that is and try and give it away as a bonus. Now, if you find maybe that your competitor is someone who is, you know, a lot of people go to them because they are looking for maybe mandala designs or something like that, how about you give away a free bonus PDF document with your colouring book, which is full of free mandala illustrations. So somebody coming to both of your books in the Amazon store, they have your kind of maybe generic kind of whatever topic your colouring book is on, then they have this other person's, which is a mandala colouring book, but you're also giving a free mandala colouring book with your colouring book, I'm sure you can start to see then how that would make you more attractive to that other customer. So again, maybe if you're someone like Jim who is competing with somebody who maybe is selling some software or giving away some free software, and you are trying to maybe compete on that, what you can do is go to websites like maybe download.com, or if you want to go to, there's another website called listoffreeware.com, and those websites have a lot of free software that probably do the same things as that probably paid software that your competition is doing. So if you find maybe that you're up against a piece of software, maybe you can't afford to get your own made. Now in the future, if maybe you put some money aside, you can be able to get somebody maybe to create that software for you. But if you're maybe broke right now and you haven't got the cash to get somebody to do that for you, the next best thing is to show your buyer where they can get a free version of that type of software. So you don't even need to download the software, give it away on the download page. What you can do is simply create a free report where you're showing the person where to download the software, how to install it, how to use it. Again, you can simply just have a small simple report that can just have some screenshots, a couple of descriptions, step 1, step 2, step 3, and show them how they can download the software, install it, and then how they can use it and get the most out of it. And again, by providing that USP with your product, it kind of knocks the head on the competition, because you are giving away something far more valuable than your competition is. So if you are finding things a little bit tough at the moment, again, I don't know what market you're in at the moment, but whatever your competition is doing, whatever their USP is there any way maybe you can add that as a bonus with your own product, or whatever it is you're trying to sell? Maybe your competition is giving away maybe a week's email support. So if somebody buys their product, they're giving away a week of free email support. Maybe you could add that in as a bonus with your own product, or whatever it is, but just kind of bundle all those things on top of your product so that your competition can compete with you, even though they have a unique selling position, because you're actually offering it as a bonus with your product. So give that thought give that some thought today. If you are finding things a little bit tough, or you're wondering how can you compete with your competition when they are just maybe light years ahead of you, have a look and see what the USP is, and see if you can package it with your own products. So as always, if you'd like to find more of this great content, if you are on YouTube right now, click the bell on the corner of the video and you can subscribe to the channel, and I will send all the next couple of videos directly to you. If you're listening to this as a podcast episode, again, subscribe and I will send all the next episodes on to you. It's just as easy as that. Or if you go to the WriteCome site right now, which is WriteCome.com, we have a lot of great free reports on the site at the moment, and one of them is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from home with your keyboard. So if you'd like to try that out, head over to WriteCome, download the free report and let me know how you get on. Or again, subscribe to the videos of the podcast episodes and we'll send everything to you. So as always, have a good day. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.